In today's episode, we get the Fiat 500 back together. Hey everyone, and welcome to today's episode. So today we are going to put the front bumper back onto the Fiat 500. We still got one part that's missing, but that's okay because that fits externally, so we can get the 500 bumper back together and then get the car back on the road. And also we're going to buff the other side, the near side, from the paint job that we did to just blow over some of the to get rid of the burnt mark that was on the car that we couldn't cut. So hopefully that will go off well, and we'll be able to look back at the results, and that will be it. That car will be virtually finished. There are a couple of things that will need to be done as well, and we'll go over that through the course of the video. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to give you a quick update as to what's happening with the ST. So Fiat 500 first, ST at the end. Okay, let's get on with it. Okay, so just to recap, we've done the wiring properly. So what I've done, I've just given it some tape so to strand it all together. That's all it's doing, just keeping the wiring neat. We've pinned this wire here, which is the fog light wire. We're not going to be using the fog light, but this is officially where it goes, where it's out the way, and that way if anyone wants to use it in the future they can. So we're going to put the main headlight in place. Then my trusty assistant Jacob is going to start buffing the side of the car. We're going to give that a few passes, and then once we get the headlight on, and then we're going to take a look and see how the buff job looks, we'll then look at putting the mirror on the side of the car. So we're going to crack on and get that underway. Okay, so we've now buffed up the side of the car. You saw my trusty assistant Jacob doing that. It looks good. There is a little bit of a hue, yellow hue, but it's not bad. But we are looking for this car to be decent, so I may just end up taking this to the body shop to finish off properly, but we'll see. When we get out on the light, we'll take a look. But it's buffed up really well, so I'm pleased with that. Jacob's done a good job on that, but there is a little bit of a yellow hue still, so yeah. And you probably saw where we took off the bumper again, and the reason being, I'll show you why. So as I was putting the bumper on, this edge here was broken, so what I've done is I've bonded it, and actually it's glued on really well now. So I've put a little bit of metal in there, you probably can't see it, and then I've bonded it with some hot glue, and that's now really stiff. I'm going to let it set for an hour or so, and then I'm going to stick it back on the car and then get that back into play, and then this car should be good to go outside once again. As well as doing the job right, having the right tools to do the job is essential for making car repairs easy and efficient. And that's why I use the Olight H2R Nova torch. This is a fantastic torch which is really versatile and has a variety of uses for the home mechanic. It has an amazing 2300 lumens, so the brightness is extraordinary. And if you use it in standard mode, this torch will last for 45 days between charges. Let me show you some of the features of this fine, outstanding torch. So the torch itself, it comes in a really robust case, which is really built for abuse. It's IPX8 rated, so it's waterproof. It also has a fine a magnet at the bottom here that basically, let me show you, it's powerful enough to go anywhere. And what I really like about this car is if you're working under the engine bay and you want a decent light, I turn it on and there you go. That car is well lit. But when you want to have a really powerful light, or if you're working underneath the car, if you double click on the torch twice like so, all of a sudden you get the 2300 lumens, which is absolutely fantastic and lights up anything. And the thing I really like about this torch is that you have this little latch which also goes into a head torch here, and that allows you to be able to mount it on your head, so when you're working on a vehicle you can make sure that you light in the area that you're pointing at. Or what I tend to do is you can use the latch at the back here to focus the light whatever angle you want it to, so you're always going to get the right light at the right time. I also want to show you how bright it is outside, so I'm going to go take you outside now. It's fairly dark out here, and I'm going to light up my car park using the 2300 lumens that it has on offer. So here's my ST in the dark. It's a bit blurred. I'm going to light it up now. Look at that. In fact, this thing will light up the neighborhood. It's so bright. It has a 146 feet throw, so if you had to break down in the middle of nowhere, this light will light up the whole area. It basically is like daylight. You can see the intensity that it has on the ST and how bright it's lighting up. It's even showing you that the ST needs to be clean. Of course, 2300 lumens is quite powerful, and that means that the torch is going to heat up, but that's to be expected. But then what it does, after a few minutes, it will go down to a lower light beam, and you can see me now lighting up the garage, and there's no lights in the garage, and how effective this is. So it's really handy to have in your toolbox as an essential tool. I use it all the time. I've been using it flat out for the last few days. It basically replaces all of my torches. That's how good it is as a light. And I tend to be very skeptical of anything that I get, but this torch has been truly amazing in terms of what it can achieve. Again, let me demonstrate how bright this is. So we'll turn on 2300 lumens, and you see how that lights up my garden. You can actually see my dog there, sitting there, surveying his land, but you can see how bright this torch really is. And if I turn it off again, there you go, camera loses focus. Incredibly bright this light, really is. So the torch comes with this 36 volts 3000 milliamp rechargeable battery, and that's really what packs a punch for the high luminaries. And charging this thing could not be simpler. It comes with this charger, USB charger, and you literally just dock it and it's now charging, and it's as simple as that. So if you'd like to get this torch, click on the link that you can see now below, and that's going to give you a discount code to be able to get this at a discount rate. Also, you're going to see the Olight H2R torch on the Cars for Paul's Amazon store, and I do recommend this torch because it's a fantastic torch. It's basically going to replace all the torches that I normally use for working under the car, because this light just goes on and on and on, and even in normal use the battery lasts for a long time. So great torch, get this in your toolkit now. Right, let's get back to fitting the bumper to this 500.
The next morning.
Okay, so it's a new day and we're going to fit the bumper. So this is the penultimate job that we need to do on the 500 before we can get it ready to be sold. There's a couple of jobs that we still need to do. Obviously we need to fit the mirror, which Rob kindly gave, but that's not an issue. The issue we have at the moment is this door handle. So if you look at this door handle, nothing wrong with it. Door handle works absolutely fine. But I want you to take a note at and look at the color, and then we're going to go to the other side and have a look at it there. So here's the other side, and for those of you who can tell, this is the brushed chrome, they called it, the effect, and it's different to the other side. And in fact, if you look at the back, you will see that the back is also the brushed chrome. So for some reason, the other side is a standard chrome, and I think I know the reason why. You see, the brushed chrome, a handle, this handle here, £171 new, whereas the other ones are about £30 on eBay. Fortunately, I managed to get one for around £69. They are expensive and they are rare, and that's the reason why the previous owner probably fitted the standard one, hoping that no one would notice. But we noticed it, and that's why we're changing it. So we're going to put that right over the next few days. So I've ordered one, and I'm just waiting for it to arrive. Then we can fit that, and then we can sort that out. And there's one other thing that's wrong with this car that I'm going to sort, and normally it's an easy fix, but if I try and open the boot with a switch, it's not working. Now often what happens is that the micro switch inside there is gets a bit of dirt in there, and that prevents it from opening. But if that's not the case, then we'll replace the micro switch so that that works. And that's pretty much the final job that we need to do in the car. So let's get the front bumper fitted now, and then that should be it for the twin air. And so there you have it. The car is now almost complete. I've just got to bolt the sides of the bumper, both sides, and then that should be it. But you can see with the later grille, it just looks much better, and that's the reason why I went for the late grille. So you can see the end cap here. So that one there, I had to order that brand new from Fiat. The other one is on its way. Now here's the thing, just this grille combination alone, Fiat do 30 different combinations. So getting the part number for this was a complete mare, but fortunately I was able to do that. So now just waiting for the other one, and that's coming from Italy, because believe it or not, even with the shipping, it's cheaper to get the parts sent from abroad than it is to get it from my local dealer. So it's all about doing this in the most cost-effective way possible. So looking at the actual bumper, it fits really well. There's a little bit of a gap here that I'm going to sort out. I'm going to put a couple of shims just to raise it up a little bit, because you can see on this side here it is lower, or I might just adjust that so that this side comes up, because that could be just the alignment. But as soon as the final bits come in, then we just got to wait for the V5 document to arrive. And then when the V5 comes, I can get a new number plate, and then we can get this car on the road. That's going to take a little while, because with Cat N cars, the DVLA have to write to the initial owner to confirm that they no longer state a claim on the vehicle. Cat S's, the V5 comes a lot quicker, because DVLA know that it's with it's been written off and it's been with an insurance company, so they tend to come a lot quicker. So that's the latest on the car. Yeah, so until the final bits come, we won't get those on. And if you're wondering why this is sticking out here, that's because, again, it hasn't had the screw added, same as the other side. So once I put the screw in, that's going to nip that up and it's going to be a lot better. So when the final bits come in, you'll see the Fiat back on, and we'll just do the final snagging this on there, and then we'll get this car on the road for a test drive and then eventually sold. So from next week onward, we are solid on the ST. So Project ST kicks off in earnest next week. But before then, let's just give you a bit of an update as to where we are with the ST. Okay, so quick update on the Fiesta. As you can see, we've started to strip it down. You'll see the strip down in next week's video. And also, we managed to get the car running. And the reason why this car was not running, is for the most stupidest reason ever. It was a real easy fix, and you'll find out exactly what it was in next week's video. Lots of you gave me some suggestions. It was fuel, or the running rail, or fuel pumping issue, etc. When I reveal what the actual issue was, you're gonna laugh. But anyway, the main thing is that we're on track. We're ordering bits for this car, and as soon as they come, we'll get this car, or this project, well underway. So good things to come. The Fiesta build kicks off in earnest next week, and you'll be able to see that in its entirety on this channel. That is it for this week. I do hope you've enjoyed this episode of the vlog. So that's the 500 almost complete. Next week we start tearing down the ST in earnest, so do tune in for that episode. In the meantime, if you like what you see, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And don't forget to press the notification button so that you know that when we release a new video, you'll be the first to know. So have a good week, and we will see you next Monday.